here in Michigan, and my snowblower decided to break a couple days ago. Last week, as a matter of fact, before I had a trip to Maine to work with some business clients. And I ordered the replacement part for it. We'll kind of take a little closer look here in a little bit, walk you through what happened. But I ordered the replacement part for it, which we're going to be replacing the console on this here, which we'll see. I'm going to have to kind of do some reimagining about how I want to set this up so I can work on it. But either way, we're going to replace the console, which is this piece right here. This is what we're replacing today. A few of the housings here broke. So I've got to come in and basically fix those. It's these spots right here, I believe, is what we're going to be dealing with. And a lot of this is simply just kind of taking this apart and putting it back together. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. I'm just kind of going to take a whole bunch of stuff off. We're going to piece it back together. Hopefully we'll be able to get through it today. If not, no worries. I'll work on it later. This might be a multi-step day. It is freezing out. Like I said, I got my tiny little heater here just to kind of keep me warm while I'm working, but it's 2 degrees below zero out here, folks. It is a yuck day out here in Michigan. I'm recovering a bit from a cold right now, of all things. On our trip, my wife and I, we both got sick. Let me see if I can grab a box for this stuff. One thing nice about having a ton of Amazon boxes just laying around is I got plenty of places for all my materials that I take them off. So first step on this here, I'll get you guys a little closer while I'm doing this here so you can see the action. Get up here, you. Sorry. There we go. I can't see what's going on with me while I'm working here. Kind of see the action instead of just staring at me. Right? So, all right. So what we're doing here is I'm just, in order to get this off, it's pretty clear I'm going to have to pop a couple things off here. I'm not sure how that piece is going to come off. We'll figure that out later. Yeah, it looks like this actually will pop clean off. Be my guess. They typically do. So I got to get these pieces off here, which are going to be, so this will slide off. Like that's kind of the idea. So these knobs have to come off because I really got to lift this whole piece off here once the bolts are done. So we're just going to save these in the box, keep them squared away. Every now and again we'll check in with the temperature outside, but like I said, it's 2 below outside. It's probably like 5 degrees here in the garage would be my guess. So I have my little heater going right now, but we got to get this thing squared away. So to walk you guys through what I had to do here, when basically this component broke, and here where it snapped off, I had to use a pair of vice grips basically just to hold this out so I could have some sort of forward momentum because it was stuck in reverse. And I was stuck at the bottom of a hill because I was snow blowing I normally snow blow the entire neighborhood. For kids, so they go to school. I'm that old grandpa that does that. But here, this piece, the piece that controls this back and forth motion also broke. So I basically just had to rig it up with this rope so I can move it back and forth. That's where we're at here, right? You know what I mean, folks? That's what we're working through. And it's just a mess. So I appreciate that. Again, for those that don't know on so 2 things on this channel. Again, my name is Ryan Howell. I'm a business coach. So a lot of what you'll see on my stuff is actually business related. But I'm also a, hey OG Nasty, what's happening? A lot of what I do is also gardening and stuff around the house. So, yeah, I just got you one. So like right now I'm working out my, like saying, you'll see me working around the house and different things like that. So I have my greenhouse stuff is coming up. If you have not been on the greenhouse stream, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We're out my greenhouse. It's insulated. And we're going to be out there probably starting next week, even though it's late January, but I do want to get started on some of my brassicas. So like the broccoli and kale, definitely the Brussels sprouts. I want to get those in as soon as I can. So that I can hopefully get 2 harvests out of them. That'd be nice. So I can get a spring harvest, get the next round in, and then have a late fall harvest for the Brussels sprouts. They do really good here in Michigan. So, all right. so the next piece is going to be this guy, which I think, I mean, I really don't care about that. It's not like this little heated button thing works all that well. I think it comes out in one spot. So let me see if I can disconnect it. So the next piece we're going on here is, we're going to be working on is getting this off right here. So I'm going to disconnect it from the bottom, and that should loosen it up to be able to pop out. That's the theory we're working on. Okay, so I say I've got my little heater going here, which is great. But you know, I know it wants to snap out of there. All right, I gotta get a light on that. Gotta get a light on that so I can see what I'm doing. Let's see what we're working with here, folks. Hey, pretty. All right, there we go. Got our light going. So let's see what we're working with here. All right. There you go. Okay. We're a box. All right, so we are. Okay. That seems to make sense right there. Okay, cool. All right, figured it out, guys. So we've got, try not to have this headset on because I don't want to blind you guys while I'm working, but I kind of need the light. You tell me this isn't good YouTube content. Come on now. This is what you guys come here for, right? I think all right. Get these guys warmed up while my hands are freezing. All right, so this guy here. I'm gonna need something to pry in there. Let's see what I can find. So anyways, just working through this piece here like anything. It's gonna take me even longer than I planned today because of how cold it is. You know, it's just the nature of the beast here, folks. So one thing I can tell you is when you have the opportunity to do these things and work, it's always better to do it when it's warmer out. But I can't help when these things break. You can't help that. And in this case, you know, we decided to break at the absolute worst possible time. Where's my thinnest one? Here we go. A pair of pliers to get this out. Absolute worst time. I think everybody would agree is when you're getting dumped on with lake effect snow, and it's the coldest it's been in your area in 10 years, you know. Worst possible time to have stuff break. So, all right, let me get in here. What is that? What are you doing, man? Oh, my magnet don't want a magnet anymore. That's not good. You don't like that. Huh, okay. Today's gonna be one of those days, guys. You ever just have a feeling? You guys are gonna get to watch me struggle live. Actually, let me do this. Now I'm thinking about this. Why don't we do it this way, guys? There you go. And that can be easier. There we go. Man, I can't believe it took me long to figure that out. I just had a momentary shot of brilliance that occurred. Okay, so we're gonna get you out. Okay. Get you. You came out. And you came out. Not sure what's going on there. Okay. So got that done. Parts box goes there. Okay. Next up is, so got one done, guys. Moving along here nicely. So the rest of this stuff you'll see when we get down here, right? So on the underside here, you can see where I've had some stuff break. See what I'm saying? Like those pieces right there really shouldn't be right there. Like that's kind of the idea. It should look something like that. See right here? Oops, sorry. You still with me? Okay, so it should look something like this. That's what happened to this gear shift. And then at the bottom, that's for this piece here. And then this gear shift broke off here. It's just a mess all the way across the board. So we're going to be replacing all this stuff here. Listen, you can see, I think we can set this up for, sorry about all the movement, folks, here. So you can kind of see the difference here. Okay, so this is the, see those broken pieces there? They should look something like that. And you can see where they snapped clean off. Like that's the problem. That's one of the problems. The other spot is, you can see right back there, that piece right here. See where it broke off right here. It should look something like this right here. So that's what we're dealing with, folks. We're going to be replacing this piece and just kind of making our way down, disconnecting everything and reconnecting everything. Because like this piece here, this is actually for the gear shift. I was saying, I don't mean to be blinding y'all with the light. Sorry, guys. Okay, so first things first is we got all these cotter pins that need to be pulled out. I got this one here, but I pulled out another one there. Got this one here. So let's do these one at a time. Because all these pieces have to come too as well. Like there's a bunch that has to be redone here. It's just kind of a mess all the way across the board. That's okay. We'll get through it. So we'll start in the upper right, and we're going to go counterclockwise, okay? So that's kind of the idea we want to do with this thing. So first things first, so I want to get rid of some of the stress on here. So let's take this guy here apart. I got this cotter pin here, but I want to get this bolt off first, I think. Actually, we're going to pull this guy first. Let's just pull you out of there. Okay. Now what I'm taking apart here is, don't go too far, buddy. Okay, what I got there, I'll show you guys what I took off. So this is the connecting bolt that they have, right? Cotter pin, and it's just a connector for this spot right here, which allows the chute to go back and forth. So that's that control. That was that one. And my cotter pins aren't going in the box. I actually have I have a spot for them all over here, kind of out of the way. I have a unhealthy fear about cotter pins, going flying everywhere. You guys remember from what's that show? Christmas Story, right? Where fudge, right? Where everything kind of went sideways. I have an unhealthy fear about that happening. So I want to mitigate that for me as much as possible. Okay, here's this one here. I got my next cotter pin here. Ooh. Okay, I got this one here. This one doesn't seem like it's got a washer. Okay, cool. Okay, so this guy is living on that. I'm going to probably reconnect this guy just so it's... We'll see. All right, so we got these free, though. You guys can really see this now. This is the broken piece. You guys let me get this cotter pin. Cotter pin first, then show and tell. Got to follow the steps here, or else you're going to miss some pieces. Lord knows I'm not going to be able to have any sort of warmth to be able to figure out. All right, so let's take a look at this broken piece here. So this is what happened. If you can see my hand here. See how that sheared off? Yeah, it's so damn cold out here. Like I say, it's below zero right now. I think it's -2. But this is, and we're gonna talk about it. But here you can see. I don't know if you can see this. Do you see the angle on that thing? Here you go. I think it's probably better. So what ends up happening is like the piece, like the holder, the connector for this stuff, right? It'll sit in here. That has the housing that the wire will go back and forth. If this isn't like perfectly plumb and straight, you get this weird tension that twists this plastic, which makes it do this constantly over and over, and a twisting, like a twist will happen. And that's what over time they break. It's just what happens. It's what you get for having plastic housings instead of having actual metal housings. Hell, they can charge $75 every time one of these breaks. And this is only a 2018. This is a relatively new snowblower, and when I got it, we didn't have a lot of snow. So it's not like I've been cranking on this thing. And here, even when I do this, it's not like I'm going all over the place. All right, so the next piece we're going to be working on is we've got a bolt assembly in here. Bring you guys a little closer here. You can see what we got going on. And this bolt assembly right here, which has got the handle, and then it's got this is basically just a bracket to hold these guys in place. Okay, so we have tension. So that's the next spot we're going to be working on. So hopefully everybody's having a good day today. I'm actually recovering from a cold. I am so doped up right now. It's not even funny. Like how much medicine I have poured into my body. It is pretty wild, the fact that I'm upright. So I apologize ahead of time if I do any coughing on stream here. It's like with anyone. I got some bird flu here, or whatever it is, coursing through my veins. So this one's 12 millimeter. It's not 12. I think this is 1/2, but we'll take what we can get. I think like I said, the toughest part right here is just the fact when it's cold like this, none of my hands like really want to work all that well. I think you guys know that one. Nothing really wants to work. Okay, cool. All right, so that seems to be right. So let me just get, where's this one? Where you at, buddy? There you are. Again, I just got a crescent wrench for one side, And the thing here, these have a spring tension on them too. So I've got to kind of keep all the pieces like in one area. So it actually has a way that you can adjust your temperature or the spring, because it's designed, the handle, right? It's got these teeth that locks into. You push to one side to move it back and forth and it locks over. So there's a spring component to this as well. You just gotta kind of keep your eyes on, you know. But hopefully everybody's having a good day today. I imagine many of you who are on here, I'm assuming, are either off from work today or having, because of the weather. I saw they're getting snow in Houston. I used to live in Abilene, so that's just wild. I used to live in Abilene, Texas, and Wichita Falls, Texas. And we would get snow and ice up there. That was just kind of, that was a thing. Okay, so let me just double check on this here. So I've got screw, spring, washer, handle, brackets on the outside. Okay, just want to get that last piece here. Now, if we weren't going live right now, I'd be taking pictures of all this stuff, which is a best practice, guys. Always, you should always take pictures of the stuff you're taking apart. It will just help you later. Oh, there we go. I think I just did something. All right, I'm gonna lose my gloves for a second because there's a lot of components here. All right, so anyways, working our way through this. Again, I will tell you the same thing I tell my streams all the time. Okay, one, we don't worry about stuff. So here's the bracket. Bracket's off, plus our nut. Okay, I've got, that handle isn't going to go anywhere. Let's let this drop. Okay. So I'll show you what this looks like. So this is the bracket that you have that goes on here. And what this is for tension. So this is going to sit on, basically it's going to hold, and you'll see the holder when we have it here. It holds one side of the housing that the cable's on. So it'll stay tight in one area, so then you can move the cable back and forth with the handle. That's what this does. So this is actually locked in solid here. And then this is the bolt. Ooh, it's cold. Ooh, it's cold. And you'll see what it has here. So it's got let me put this, I don't want to lose this nut here. All right. So it has, it's hard to see right here. I'll put it right here for me. It has a spring on here. So what happens is the handle, when you push on the handle, I can't do it right now because this is a pretty heavy spring. It compresses and allows this, it'll push the handle back to straight. So like when you come in, it pushes so you can change your gear back and forth, and then burp, pops it back into the teeth to lock it in. Because what you don't want to have happen, like on these gear shifts, is where they have it specifically with this tension, because you don't want it slipping out of gear. That's a safety issue, right? That's the thing. So like these are designed, like my cable, like when this housing broke, it's designed to drop into reverse. So I had to reverse this damn thing all the way up my hill, like where the like it's, it's probably about 500 meters total that I had, maybe more. Let's call it 505 meters. Regardless, I had to go backwards up a hill and then around my neighborhood to get back to my house in reverse. And it's a safety issue. So when this housing broke, they want it going backwards. Why? Because if it breaks, for whatever reason, they don't want anybody in front of it getting into, damage that way. Okay. Plus, if you can't outrun a reversing snowblower, you're probably not supposed to be on this planet. Just saying. All right. So next is, see we got the handle out now too, right? So this is the handle of the gear shift. So as you can see, that's the way the whole thing kind of fits together. There's saying talk with the bolt and that spring. That's the idea. Back and forth and go. All right. And that's why, and we'll show you, I'm going to actually bring you in here so you can see this right here. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would appreciate a subscribe. I'm so close to getting monetized. I'm like this. I would love your subscription. So if you can, I'd really appreciate it. So you can see right here with the housing, I'll just take this off. All that tension broke this off over multiple repetitions of pushing. So you should be like this. See how it's full? You can just see where that constant tension caused a problem there for that other one, all right? So just top tip for you guys here when you're snowblower, when you're doing this. So one of the best practices I actually heard from a guy, let me get my gloves back on and get my tea, hold on. Whew. Hey, do you guys want to see what the weather looks like outside? If so, give me a thumbs up in the chat or something. Let me know. I'm not trying to open that door if I don't have to, but I'll show you guys what we're up against here. Yeah, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys want to see what the weather looks like outside. It's pretty flipping cold. But, so anyways, one of the best practices, and I just learned this, unfortunately with these snowblowers, is they have a gear setting right on here. It's like, it goes all the way to 6, right? They're saying don't go all the way to 6 on your snowblower for speed, for your forward speed, because of the tension it puts on these pieces right here. There's too much twisting motion going on. So what we want is basically they're saying just don't go over 4, which is plenty of speed. I mean, 6 ain't that much faster than 4. I think I've been in 6 maybe 3 or 4 times, like on purpose. It's not that much. All right, so the next one we're going to get to is going to be our cable, the cable on this side, which, so like you've got your little front piece that does the throw in the snow. We're going to be adjusting the cable that does this thing, that sends it down to the ground or up in the air. So we're going to be disconnecting that one, which is real simple. It's just another pin. Nothing to worry about here. Easy peasy. We don't worry about these things. But again, that's something else on this channel. If you guys haven't been on here before, we don't worry about things here. That is not our style. Worrying doesn't make things better. It's something we don't do. So we just don't do it. All right, so here's the pin, as you can see. All right, and we're just gonna throw another cotter pin on this thing and put it with the rest of our pins. Now again, as I said, we keep our pins separate from the rest of our parts. I just got way too many experiences with cotter pins just disappearing on me and stuff. We don't want that. So, all right. Here's what we'll do. Once we get this thing off and we're able to get this thing all disconnected, because it looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4,000, a few bolts here I got to take care of to get this thing off. We'll take a look at outside and just kind of see the weather, what we're dealing with. But you can see right now, it's flipping cold, folks. All right, so let's get back at it. We got this next one here. All right, so I actually brought my standing desk mat out for me just so I didn't have to be have the cold cement underneath my feet constantly, because even with the best boots, you're still gonna be dealing with that. And then it's the same principle as before, folks. I got here, we've got a bolt with a screw and a washer. It's the same thing, except this one doesn't have a bracket like the other one did. This one does not have a bracket to hold anything. So that's just like our main difference right now. Nothing too crazy. So let me work on. But hopefully everybody's having a good day today. I mean, if you are, hey, I'll take a thumbs up or some, shout it out in the chat, or where are you guys from? Just curious, everybody watching here. Again, I'm in northern Michigan. I mean, we like to say West Michigan here, but it's, it's basically anything above Grand Rapids they consider northern Michigan. But we're in West Michigan, technically. And we're dealing, like with everybody else, with this. Oh, I thought that loosened up. That wasn't enough. Okay. We're dealing with this cold right now, which is pretty brutal. And we've got tons of lake effect snow, where a lot of you guys out there are dealing with, excuse me, you guys got that. I think I saw snow in Houston. Like I said, we saw snow in Houston. That's just wild. But you're dealing with that cold front that blasted it all the way down. And I know everyone's saying like it's unprecedented and stuff, but I remember being a kid hearing all the time about this stuff, where they would have like crops in, like orange crops in Florida would be ruined because these cold fronts in January and February, they come through and would cause all sorts of problems. Because this guy doesn't have a washer. Okay, so this one doesn't have a washer, which is interesting, but I'm not surprised. Right, so same thing, we got the same, but right, it's got the same principle before, where it's got the handle. Let me show you guys. Yeah. Okay. So, kind of show you the principle here. So, what ends up happening? This is what it looks like when it's in the housing. So it pushes against the spring, so you can move it, and then it pops it back into place. Like that's the idea. You can see the little nub right there. Like that's the idea. Okay. So, got that one there. Okay. Got a couple more here to go through. This one's going to be a little wild on the end here, but we'll get it. We'll get it. Ain't worried about it. Let's get this cotter pin off here. Make sure there's nothing else underneath there. Cool. But anyways, yeah, it's been, so I just got back from Maine a couple days ago. I was in working with clients. I'm a business coach, as I mentioned earlier on the stream, and those that follow know. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do. It definitely helps me with the algorithm and all the other stuff, right? Make sure to like, if you haven't liked yet also, and hopefully I'll earn a thumbs up from you today too. It always helps the algorithm with me. But I was in Maine working with clients, so that was fun. I've been a long-term business clients that I've been working with. We've been dealing with some stuff, and man, I tell you, they are something special. I love them. They're great. And just the opportunity to work with them is so much fun. We made some really good headway just on some stuff that we'd been working on for a while. You know, again, for me, just being a coach and working with my team, that stuff's always fun. All right, so I got another cotter pin set up over here. What's nice about this is most of this is pretty intuitive. Like we're piecing this back together. There aren't a lot of like parts of this thing that don't make sense, you know. That's the theory, at least I'm operating under. Should be able to get into this guy right there. Just get pushing right through. Can I get you? There we go. Come here. Be a lot easier if I could use my fingers on this instead of, which I may have to on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reach up there. Man. Whew. There you go. Okay. So there's that guy. Good. Again, to show you guys the next cotter pin that we were dealing with. We're going through this. Same thing we've been seeing a bunch here, right? It's just these two guys together. All right. Oh, good. It's snowing again. Snowing again. Just what we love to see. Love that for us, right? Man, that's what we're fixing this thing for, so I can go throw some snow. So I guess it's okay if it's doing its thing. So this guy is here. I just kind of... What's that? What was that? I didn't like that sound. Oh. There we go. Come here, you. Sorry about that, folks. Just gotta... Really? Come on now. Oh, man, you can tell it's cold day today. My hands aren't working. Okay. Just do this thing real quick. Sorry. Okay, we'll get back to it here. Anyway, so when I'm working with my clients, one of the things that we were talking about was information flow in their business and kind of how things operate. If you haven't seen that video yet, I got one out there. But it's something that every business struggles with. And, you know, if you think, once you start thinking about it, like, oh yeah, that actually makes sense, right? I'm going to change this to a smaller size here. Businesses struggle like with work from home, right? Like a lot of the managers, they struggle with it because they're like, oh, I need you here because I want us to be able to reach out and ask you a question. If you're not here, you know, I have to do all this extra work to get it, right? And I get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Managers, you know, it's the way that they were raised, and it's easier. And that's what we talked about. I said, it is much easier to have people there be able to answer questions, right? I mean, we get that. I don't think anyone's arguing that. Just to be able to reach out and get a hold of folks. But that, I think I'm gonna have to go a different way on this. What that means though is there's a problem with your information systems where you are not managing your information correctly. That you have to reach out to people and bother them to get information. You should have that. And what that's telling you is there's a problem with your system. I think this is 16, not 14, yeah. That there's a problem with your information flow that you have to fix. And that's what that's telling you. Not that the people are lazy, not that you, there we go, let's do that. Do it that way. Not that you need them there. If you have to constantly talk to your people to figure out what's going on, that means your information systems are not designed correctly. Okay, cool. So let's get you up in here next. And that's what we're working on with my clients. It's like, hey, we've got all this stuff going on here, right? A million different things going on. They've got multiple offices around the country. So I was like, hey, why aren't we working to where was I at here? Where's that 12 at? I need a different 12. Different 12. There you go. All right. Why aren't we working to solve the problem of your information flow with your teams instead of being upset that they're not here? You know what I mean? Like, what we should be doing. Come on. Don't be dumb, Sparky. What we should be doing is using that information that's coming from every time that you have a problem, like they're not there. You should be using that as an opportunity to fix your processes so information is flowing, because managers operate under information. They need information to do their work. You know, employees, same thing, we need information, but we produce, you know, employees produce stuff. There you go. And their work produces information that managers use for their work. Come on. Okay. Man, that was not fun. I didn't like that at all. Okay. Okay, there's that. This guy's there. No washers. Okay, cool. That was I was wondering about if there's any washers. Okay, so the last one we just did there. I know that I'd love to have you guys up looking at this, but man, it's hard to get a good camera angle in this stuff while I'm doing it, so I apologize. We are going to... So it's the same thing as our last one here. All right, we got a bolt. It's got the spring attachment to it. So that way, again, when you're going through, and this one that we're working on now was for... Here, we'll do it like I'm a dinosaur, right? At the front of the snowblower, it's for the actual chute to go this way, back and forth. All right, and it's got the spring, so when you're adjusting it, it's in between locking the teeth on this guy here. Right, it's got this guy right here. You guys can see, there you go. So that locks in between the gear teeth when it's going. So that's what it is. And by the way, when you're taking these apart, don't worry about mixing up which handles or whatever. If you look on this, it says, it's backwards for you guys, but it says shoot. So you know this is for the shoot, right? So they made sure to tell us in the actual, or to actually design it engineering wise to Ryan proof it, as I like to say. Okay, so I think I've got just about everything disconnected that needs to be disconnected. I mean, is this guy too? Okay, so I've got this guy still needs to be come off. So the next piece we're doing here is going to be on this handle. It's got this spring, which is so like when these handles are down right here, what I can actually, when I hold one of the handles down, when I hold this handle down, it holds this one down as well. What that does is that's where it frees your hand up so that you can basically continue doing all the snowblow action, but then you have your right hand's free to be able to adjust the chute and all those other things. So that's what that does. So we're just gonna loosen up the spring. I don't think I have to take it off. I think it'll stay put. Yeah, I think it'll stay put. We'll just leave it there. Okay, cool. All right, so now we are on to, actually, we're gonna take a couple seconds here. Where's my tea at? I'm gonna get some tea in me, and then we're gonna put our hands down by this heater for a while. Whew, man, that tea is hot. Love it. We're gonna take a moment. There we go. We're gonna warm up our gloves and my hands because my hands are flipping cold, folks. It is, whew, like I say, it's 2 below. I think it might be, we might be at 0 right now, right? So again, if I haven't earned your subscription today, I appreciate it. For those that are joining the channel, welcome. It's just I'm out here working on my snowblower. I had what I would consider a catastrophic failure of the console. I had multiple pieces just shatter, and a lot of it's due to the cold, but the vast majority is just due to the fact that it's just crap designed by Husqvarna. I mean, really, they use this plastic in order to do this, and it just doesn't hold up well. Whew, let's go. Ugh. But yeah, like I was saying, we're at a good little stopping point here, at least, I mean, on break point, I should say. Next spot is gonna be start making my way around here. It's quite a series of bolts that they have for holding this housing on. You can just see all of these spots where they've got this thing bolted on. It's one, two, quite a few. I think I got the clip here. Yeah, it's a bunch. Now a lot of these, some of these holes are actually just meant for holding. Some of them are bolts. So we're just gonna kind of play it by ear as we're going through it, like which ones are which, you know. But want to get some more warmth in the old hands here. So we can get back to it here. I mean, man, I tell you, it is. Here, you guys want to see outside? We're at a good breaking point here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the garage door. Give me a second. We'll take a look what we're dealing with today. Whew. Well, this is what we're dealing with today, folks. Tons of snow. We've had, you know, it's not a ton of snow, maybe like 6 or 8 inches, but I mean, it's just, you know, it's all lake effect. So it's not good snowman making stuff. It's just, you know, cold and yuck. So, all right. Well, I don't want to be out in the stuff if I don't have to be. So let's get back to it here. Whew. Cold and snowy. What a great day. Okay. Let me get you guys plugged back in here real quick. Make sure my power doesn't run out while we're doing this, so we can hop back into this, guys. Hello, y'all. Hopping on here. Let me check something real quick. Okay. All right, so as we were just kind of working our way through here, let this guy kind of keep me warm. I might actually just keep this guy right here, but I'm actually going to keep it down here. It's keeping my feet warm because my toes be cold today, folks. It's chilly up in here. All right, so next piece we got is working on this here, which is gonna be these tiny little, these look like quarter. Let's see, what size do we think these are? Hard to say. Hard to say. Let's see. Look at that, first try. Please save your applause, but you know, like as I said, I will definitely take thumbs up and likes in the chat. Subscriptions are always welcome. But yeah, so we're just kind of working our way along here, folks. This is you know, my goal is to get this done today, hopefully. But if I get to the point where I'm too uncomfortable, like I said, I'm still battling a cold here. I'm pretty doped up on everything I could possibly find because this has got to get done. But if I start going sideways on this, we are not gonna go out of our way to try to be a hero today. I can tell you that much. Okay, so that guy's loose. Cool. And this should be just held together. Yep, that's what I figured. So these are held together. You can see here. It's screwed into the housing with these types. They're kind of like a machine screw and if a machine screw and a wood screw had a baby, that's what you have. So it's, you know, they bite into the plastic. Let's do this. Oof. I don't have to have. Oh, thanks, pretty. Thanks for the thumbs up. That's my wife. My wife's in there. She watches the stream when I'm being dumb. But she came out to give me a thumbs up. I appreciate her. That's good support there. I wish she'd hop on the chat and say how awesome I am, but you know, I'll take a thumbs up from the garage, from the warm house, I suppose. All right, let's go there. So that's that piece. I've got two, but these look bigger on this side. Of course they are. They are, because why would they be the same size? You know, because that would only make sense. I swear to baby Jeebus sometimes. Just wonder if maybe... No, we're not going to do that. Okay. Keep moving here. I'm just looking at the way this thing is hooked on here. It looks like it's got a couple connectors there. Let me look at this. All right, so it looks like we have in the back side of this here. Yeah, this way. In this area right down, this is probably easier for you to see. Right here, let me light you up. Back here, there's a spot where there's a couple clips it looks like it just fits into, so I got to keep that in mind as well. These will probably just push right up, I'm guessing. Yeah, they just push up. Okay, so back at it. And this is a connector for that guy and that guy. Is that really the only... All right, well, we're going to find out some stuff here today, folks. So let's just let's go along for the ride. All right, let me see. Clear as much of this stuff out of the way as we can. There's no real easy way to do a lot of this stuff. All right. Time to be uncomfortable. Okay, there we go. Okay. Why does that seem smaller now? Of course it is. That's why. It should be smaller. They should all be the same size. Should be. It seems like it's smaller. It is smaller. Son of a biscuit. Ah. Husqvarna, you guys suck. Pick one size for these. Come on. There, you hear that? That sounds better. Now we're getting somewhere. That's the stuff we want to hear. Okay. So again, this one is a smaller version of what we had before. I don't know if you can see that. So the other one was about yay big. That was for the main handle area up here. These are smaller for the brackets, which are back here. Okay, so it's just a smaller bit of housing it's going into. Easy to keep those remembered. All right, so now that this is loosened up a little bit, maybe I can get away with at least one glove on. We'll see. Like I said, that's the noise we want to hear for sure when we're doing this. Okay, got our next one. Same thing here. Making our way along. Just grinding here, folks. All right, now this one has a tab over here, which I think is just holding up some wires. So I'll have to push that through in some way, shape, or form, which is fine. I've got two more over here, I think. Got a tab here and a tab there. Two more. Oh, here's one for you. Here's how you know things got really bad in here. When things were getting torqued all over. Check that out. If you guys can see how much damage was done there, like how much something happened there. Yeah, so like I said, Husqvarna, your design sucks, man. Like, it's just garbage, dude. Like, that's the only way to describe this. Like, it is just garbage. So here's the deal. On this side, I can even tell. So, and actually I can tell this on here. So when we pull this out, you'll be able to see they over tightened the screws on this. The plastic, when you look at it, where the bolts are going in, one of them is like this. It's actually dimpled in. I'm exaggerating it here like this, right? And the other one was actually pushed down even farther. So that's where I think some of the problems even began with this. So I might do a little, I might do a short on this just to kind of make sure that education is out there for folks, because I wouldn't even have thought to look at that when I'm buying the snowblowers. Actually get under here and see what do they, how did they actually attach the console and stuff like this. It appears they attached it like a bunch of flipping idiots, obviously. All right, so next one here, it's another one of these small guys, just another small guy there. And these are for the back side. That's how we'll remember where they go. They go on the back here. And then I don't think there's one more bolt on the here, it looks like. Where's that Is that a tab? So that's a tab that it connects to. So I got these two bolts on the, or four more bolts on the side, and then we're playing whack-a-mole with the, I don't think that's it. No, what is probably a 10? Because why wouldn't it be? Right? Why wouldn't it be? I bet you this is a 10 on the side. It's a 10. Look at that. Oh, somewhere my grandpa's smiling. He spent so many years trying to, working with me to, like, different projects, stuff like that. So I'd be better at doing this type of stuff. I tell you, it served me well in the military. When I was in the U.S. military, we had to have training and stuff like that because I worked on bombs and missiles and stuff like that. And a lot of the guys that I work with, that's the first time they really ever dealt with any like mechanical stuff before. So So they were kind of struggling as they were working through all the different parts and pieces. Get in here, I need some light, dude. So knocked my heater over. Can't have that. Really, come on. I'm gonna try and do this where I don't have to pull this cord off, but I think I might. Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely don't want to. Got compression spring on it. Ain't trying to deal with that today. What's going on here? What's going on here? Is that loose? That's weird. I should not be able to. That's annoying. So this bolt that we're getting out here, I'm gonna show you. So that was annoying. So the reason I couldn't even use a ratchet with that, it's this machine bolt was so loose in there. Like I think the tolerances are definitely off because the moment it loosened up, it didn't have any sort of friction. So I could keep on basically loosening it up like I'd want to. Like you would do normally with anything. That's why I was kind of struggling with it there. Anyways. Well, this is going to be annoying. There's a good angle for this. So yeah, I am not a professional, obviously, when it comes to this stuff. But I've been taking apart stuff like this my entire life. So big part of, why I'm able to come in here and do this stuff. But for those that aren't sure how to even get started with stuff like this, I tell you, YouTube, internet, it's the way to go. I always go and just look at the professionals on any of these guys here to kind of see what they do with it, and because that's what I love about the community on like YouTube. It's like we're all just trying to help each other out. Yeah, obviously, if you got a channel, you're trying to get monetized, which, obviously, which I'm working towards, but let's cheat here a little bit. But you can go on and find anything. There's so many people. And what I've also found is like the creators, which I love about the YouTube community, is like you can just go ask a question and they will give you answers. Okay. All right. Okay, so this guy does not want to go. Doesn't want to play nice, doesn't want to do anything. It's just a weird bolt. All right, let me get in here. Hold on. Got a situation down here. Okay. Now we're better. Okay. Man, I'm going to be glad when this guy's out. Holy crap, this bolt is just being stupid. Just the angle of this thing does not... I bet you they put this in with a... Yeah, they had to use an electric. This. The angle is so weird. There we go. Finally. I'm gonna have to take another warming up my hands break. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. All right, got the next piece off. Here you go. So you can see I'm dealing with that. All right. Another tea and hand warming break here going on. Whew. Oh, so anyways, there you go. Hopefully you guys are all having a nice, or sitting around a nice warm area today. That's my hope for y'all. Let me turn that. There you go. Hopefully it's a nice warm place where you're wherever you're at today. Just here working in the old garage on this spot here. Let's see if we can chat a little bit while I'm warming up here. Bring you up this way just a little bit. There we go. All right, so anyways, I was working on warming up. Yeah, and trust me, this hat and everything else is not for show. It is flipping cold out here. Like I said earlier, I believe it was -2 when I woke up. I think we're at zero right now. Oh, let me get this. Oh yeah. The old Thermos brand doing its thing. Keeping me somewhat warm. How's everybody doing out there though? Man, nobody's in the chat. Nobody's chatting it up here. Hopefully you guys are staying warm, staying out of this weather. Not dealing with this crap like I am. You know, you can't really plan when stuff's going to break, especially in the cold weather like this. You know what I mean? Now for us, like big thing I did when I got, excuse me, big thing I did when I got back here from Maine and prior to leaving for Maine, honestly, is I did do a double check on everything to make sure that we weren't going to have any issues. So with the cold, so there were some checks that I did specifically. So had my generator, I made sure it was good to go. I had plenty of gas for my generator in case there was any issues. We had food. It was, you know, all those things were taken care of ahead of time. And did a walk around to make sure all of my pipes were covered correctly and whatnot. I mean, we've been below freezing for, you know, well over a month and a half now. We had a little bit of a warm up in December, but I mean, it's been in the 20s now since December. But you know, this is a different level of cold. Once you start getting below 20, all the weird science stuff with the water starts happening, especially in salt. Like things get crazy. So, big piece here was just how do we go through and be prepared for it. You know, it's not my first rodeo. So yeah, but we're good there. No real issues with any of that. It's been wild though listening to the ground around here because we have a lot of clay, and as it's been getting colder and colder, this ground has been shifting, and there's been loud like almost thunderclaps outside as different levels of clay are freezing and shifting all at once. It's pretty wild. So I do need to do a little walk around on the foundation of the house just to make sure I don't have any issues going on. So okay, getting feeling back in my fingers again here, folks. Got a few more bolts to do here. I should be pretty damn close to getting this thing off. So that'll be one thing. And then now we just got to reverse everything to get backwards. But we'll be able to get a better look at this for sure to see where the damage is and frankly what happened. It's kind of crap what happened. Whew, okay. Good. Hand warming camera. There we go. That's what we've been doing. Whew. Which is funny. So like prior to my time in the coming back here to Michigan, I lived in Maine, but that was after I got in the military. Before that, I lived in Hawaii and Guam. Oh, gosh, that was wonderful. 85 to 90 in Guam. It was 90 every day in Guam with like 90% humidity. It was wonderful. Oh gosh, water weight didn't exist. All you did was sweat there. It was so great. And I got to Hawaii and I lived in Honolulu. It was 84 every day, you know, partly sunny, light breeze. I mean, it was perfect. Didn't have to worry about any of this crap. So, so here I moved back here to this stuff. So let's see. Gotta check a couple things here. Okay. All right. Just checking my email. I'm not working today for reasons, obviously, but you know, this is what it is. All right. So I got a couple more bolts to do here. Right here, I got those guys. So it's just these two on the side, and then it's I got to pop a couple clips off, and I think, you know, in theory, mind you, we should be there. So, all right. Maybe you guys come here a little bit and just kind of do this. Let's do this. So yeah, hopefully you guys are, I mean, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me in the chat today. This has been pretty cool. I just wish some of y'all would talk to me a little bit, you know. Big part of this, you know, when I get on here is just, you know, chat with everybody. Hopefully everybody's just got a kind of a chill day going on. Literally and figuratively, I suppose. Depending on where you're at in the country. Yesterday was a lot of like catching up on stuff and just kind of going through the inauguration stuff. I think we all saw, you know, different wherever you're at on your political side of things. I do love the fact that we can just have a change in this country. And as somebody who spent time in many other countries, it's nice to see we have the handover of power between one, you know, old boss the same as the, you know, new boss the same as the old boss. Don't get me wrong. You can say what you want politically on that, but it's just nice to see there's just a nice easy changeover on that. Now, it's obviously going to be the usual political drama that's going to come, but as somebody who was in the military, you know, it's a big part of why I did what I did is just to make sure that we can protect stuff like this. It's pretty cool to see. But that's about as much politics as we get on this channel. Just FYI. It's cool to see that we're still able to do the thing. But yeah, yesterday was a lot of that, and then I had some. I'm trying to actually a new video editor too for my shorts. It's called Captions. I use the version on my phone. You put captions right on my stuff here, right? But it has this feature where you can upload the entire video. So like I had video. So it's the next piece that we had. You see, it's one of the larger. It's one of the ones for the side. On this right here, so that side. Those sides are where you put the video up, the entire raw video, and the AI goes through, and it makes shorts for you automatically, labels them, does all the captions. You know, get you a good I'd say my favorite thing, gives you a good 80% product, 90% product that you can go and adjust. But man, it's pretty cool. I don't know if, I'm probably going to end up using maybe one out of every 8 or so. It does its best, I think, trying to figure out something that people would like, but, it's still just a algorithm. But it's pretty cool, though. It did a good job. So we're trying them out on my feed here. So if you haven't checked out my shorts, make sure that you subscribe and go check out some of them. I do a lot of gardening, but these are business ones. These shorts that I did. It's from, like I say, when I was in Maine, talk I had with my client during our coaching session. Just one portion of the day, stuff that I can release that isn't like, I don't share stuff that would be, client specific. Not that I do. More the general talk stuff that anybody could use. Man, this thing is just... So, where I'm struggling at on this, just so you guys can see what I'm dealing with. So, they put this hole right here that I'm connecting to right here along this big old long swoopy thing that's like here. See how it's got that little angle? So when I come in there, it's going to hit. I think now that my brain has unfrozen a little bit, the answer just presented itself as I was showing you, which is what I love. So it's a 10. Hey, Ryan, if you're having difficulties because of the angle, get a longer Get a longer tool, man. Oh, I hate working in the cold. Like my brain just doesn't want to work. Look at us, we're grinding now, folks. By the way, this is the other reason I do these things live. It's, you know, it's embarrassing as shit, like right there when I should have figured that out about a half hour ago. But, or not half hour, but, you know, 10, 15 minutes ago, either way. But, you know, so you can just see live what it takes actually to do these things. I did a, when I put my solar panels out on my shed where I've got an inverter and I run power out of there. I did that as a live. You know, it was like 4 hours we were out there doing the thing. It was pretty long. And, oops, so sorry. That's another one of the short ones on the side. All right, I did it as a live specifically. I'm gonna bring you guys back here a little bit because I got some action going on here. I'm not sure what it's gonna look like. Okay, so that should be, I just got this guy here, this guy here, which I don't want to come off. I want this guy to come off. All right, let's take a look here. All right. Whoops. That's okay. Okay, so that's that piece, that's that piece. I just wanted to see what that was. Okay, back at it. So that's this guy and this guy. So I take you off, and you off, you off, and you off. Okay. Any way to so what do these clips look like here? All right, I don't know how those clips work. That's gonna be clean. Well, this stuff's all disconnected. Now it's just this like last clip here, which I bet you I'm gonna put my gloves on because this is a, if you've ever seen a knuckle buster waiting to happen, this is a knuckle buster waiting to happen. Let me get this. We're just gonna brute force it. I can, come on you. There we go. Like I said, that had all the hallmarks of something that was going to cause me some pain somewhere. Who's stuck where? I've got everything loose. Oh, damn it! It's that one stupid one. Oh. You're already broken, so I'm just going to break you off, and we'll fix you later. Why isn't this thing coming? What's keeping it? Well, Ryan, you still got this piece connected down here, you dummy. Not for long, though. We're going to fix that. All right, so this is not in the official Husqvarna handbook, I have a feeling. But it's what we want to have. Okay, so we got the front off, headlights are off, and so what I had to do is disconnect the lights here. They're pretty straightforward. White goes on the outside, red goes on the back, and you can see from the wiring harness just the way it's set up there. So there's my lights. All right, so next up, this guy. Come on. Be done. Let me through. What am I missing here? Oh, I got another clip back here. Another one of you guys, huh? Let's help you out. Of course. All right, let me get this last bit here. Here's my helper rat. Here it is. All right. Come here, you. Yep. Okay, so there we go, folks. Only took us an hour and 15 minutes, give or take, with a couple breaks. So we got this part off. So let's do a side-by-side here and see if we can see, kind of show you where all the damage. Holy shit, look at that. So let's do a side-by-side here. Or maybe above and below. So here's this piece. Here's what the good piece looks like. See it? Here, bring it back here. So we got. Let me unblind you guys. Sorry. Strobe effect. Okay. So here's what the good piece looks like. See how it's got the two. It's got these two main pieces. Right, it's got these two main pieces. One here. One here. Look from this side, you can see, you know, they pinch in, they've got all the goodness there. And then here is our damaged piece. This should look like this, but in reverse. That broke there. Where else did I have some breakage? And then it's across the board. You can even see here that damage where it broke back here, where another piece fits in. This whole area was damaged, and it started with this chunk right here being basically screwed in out of tolerance. Look at this bolt. I don't know if you can really tell here or not. See how nasty that looks? So they over torqued this, which twisted all the plastic, which it doesn't have to be far out of tolerance for bad things to be happening. So that's what we experienced here, folks. All right, Husqvarna. You got me out when below freezing weather dealing with all this crap. Not okay. Not okay. Especially use this cheap-ass plastic stuff. Not a fan. Boo Husqvarna. Okay, so. Whew. Let me take a look at this while I got this here a little bit. I got this here, so I wonder if there's anything that I need to. There's some stuff I need to adjust for sure, and I will do that another day. But since I'm here, I might as well take a look at my housings. That looks fine. Nothing's bent, nothing's clipped, nothing's there. Okay. Okay. Oh, actually, I gotta do one thing here. Where's my busted ass one? Here it is. We gotta get this piece out, which is the handle warmer, which, I mean, it's probably one of the stupidest things ever. It doesn't really make that big of a difference. I mean, it's pretty dumb. But, you know, I'm not even sure how the hell this thing goes in there, to be honest. Seriously, I have no idea how this works. What a dumb system. No, I'm not gonna worry about it, to be honest. Maybe that's gonna be a warm weather concern, I think is what we're gonna call that. When the weather warms up some. Whew. My toes is cold, folks. My toes are cold. I wonder. Let me check something real quick. All right, let me look around here. Good. So we have those. I used to keep. I probably don't have them anymore. It's back in the old house here. I'm not going to bother with that. Okay, let's get back to it here. All right, so we got the new housing, which we're not going to bother with this little horn thing. is going to go in. All this stuff has to go here. Where you at? Come on, buddy. All right, come on. Whew. You have to go behind. Over here. Where are we at? You go up front. Here. Just want to get this first part kind of in there. And we'll adjust it later. Come on. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. Get in here, man. Okay. Yeah, like a glove, folks. A very ill-fitted glove, but a glove nonetheless. Okay. We're getting in business here. So we got this guy back on. Now it's just a matter of getting everything aligned. Okay. Hey, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. This has been probably one of the longer streams we've had here with folks kind of hanging out. Hopefully, I gotta check something real quick. Okay, all right. So, oh, good. It's finally stopped snowing. Just looked outside. We'll definitely take that. Definitely take that. It is absolutely frigid today. Holy moly. Is it cold? All right. My toes are freezing here. We're going to switch this around real quick here. This guy lasted my toes for a little bit. I got my little portable heater here, just trying to keep me somewhat above above zero. All right, you can't help when stuff breaks, so gotta be ready to go. All right, so the way we're gonna do this is we're just gonna take our time, piece it back together. It's pretty straightforward. Like, we're literally just reconnecting everything. But we're gonna be taking a look at some stuff, and then I've got once we get everything in, I've got to spray everything down and lubricate it. That's the one thing that a lot of people forget about on their snowblowers and stuff like that, is the amount of lubrication that you need to make sure that you're doing. Because that is definitely an issue that people have. So, okay, so there's that. If you can find yourself some of the stuff, you absolutely want to make sure you're doing it. As far as the lubricant, which I'm just going to be using some liquid wrench in there, not WD-40. WD-40 is not a lubricant, folks. Yes, it does make stuff stop squeaking, but it's definitely not a lubricant. Okay, so I'm going to go start with the side here. Make sure this guy's out of there. So we're going to start on the sides, then these, connect the front, reconnect everything up here. All right, so the sides, if we remember, were the small little dudes. So we're going to do, so that's these guys right here. These little dudes. Actually, no, that's not those. It is not those. Come on, Ryan. All right, so the sides, the side component, which I'll point at here. All right. So we're replacing the bolts that go here, that are along the handles, or along the handlebars. They're machine bolts, like this. All right, so we got 4 of those. It's just a matter of getting stuff aligned. This should be fun trying to figure this out. There's one. Two. Now we are not going to over tighten these guys up until I get the housing. Until I get this, and then the housing. Actually, I don't think that matters. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Get these guys in and get these guys tightened up, and then work on the front. Actually, now that I think about it. Oh, I hate the cold. My brain doesn't work. I think we all agree with that one. It's just, man, does it ever stink when your brain doesn't work. I think this is supposed to go. Where is this guy coming from? Oh, this is the heater. Who cares? Yeah, who cares? I don't care. Those hand warmer things never worked anyways. Like seriously, like I don't know why they even bother the hand warmer things. Like they don't even work. Okay, there's that. All right, so let's get these guys tightened up. Go. That's good sound. We love that sound. Come on already. Oh boy. So anyways, we're just on the side here, just making our way around. Nothing too crazy here, folks. And again, this is the type of stuff that, you know, you can do. You can pay someone to do this stuff. It's not like it's difficult. I mean, it's not easy, mind you, but it's also not like too difficult. But if you have time, like I have time today, I've got some client work I got to do this afternoon that'll win. But, you know, I'll have this done here in hopefully the next hour. And then go snow blow. got to test everything out, make sure it does the things. You know, run through its paces. Okay, where is... Oh, what size is this? 10. Where's my 10 at? Here. I need this one here. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. It's got to be this way. Helps if I have my light on, folks. Why don't you remind me? I'm fine, thank you. Okay, let's get this guy back on here. All right, you guys forgot to tell me my light wasn't on. I'm like, I can't see anything. Here, oh man, that's so much better now. It's so bright. In this case, I think I need my smaller one now. Go figure. Oh. This one was a pain getting off, and of course it's going to be a pain going back in, because, you know, why wouldn't it be? Okay, so that doesn't want to work. I guess maybe. All Or okay, loosen it up a little bit. Got me going somewhere. No, that's not going to work. Okay. So we're definitely going to have to do this by hand this way. Okay. Yep, so this is just as much fun as I thought it was going to be putting it back in. Like, it's so much fun here, folks. This cold crescent wrench feels so good in my hand right now. Like, you guys can't even believe. Like, this just feels so good. Whew. Whew. That's... Is there a... let's see real quick. Of course, my 10's missing. It's the usual. The one wrench I need, I'm missing. All right. So, let's see, what else has been going on? I haven't talked to you guys in a while. My new co-working space is basically open. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that is pretty cool. So I'm open for business, basically. Anybody wants to rent space for me, they can now. So that's pretty cool. It's nice to have that open for the community. We are in a rural area. We have a lot of entrepreneurs, but not a lot of folks can afford an office. So we are, actively working towards that. Let me get a longer one here. Again, I'm just trying to get this guy on one way or the other. So that's nice. I got a lot of space rented out now, which is pretty cool. There is... trying to think the number of folks now that 3 people that want to come and take a look at offices. I'll be lucky if I get one. I mean, I know how this part works. People want to rent, but they don't realize how much it's going to go for. And I'm not like, again, I got the work on getting them squared away, which is fine. If I can get one of those people, that'll help. Anything to help with the rent, but the building is in really good shape. I'm super excited to be able to have it for the community. Like, it's just going to be such a boon for the community to have a co-working space. So all these entrepreneurs, they can have like an official building, get some mail as they want to build out their businesses. That's the business I'm in on. I'm a business coach, so I love the fact that I'm going to be able to help these folks out with this. Come on. I know you're almost there, buddy. Okay, so that one's in. For me, like, that's the best part about having that business, is making sure that I can help them out with you know, they're gonna have access to me. Like I'm gonna be there, and I already know I'm gonna have people that are in the space are gonna be, you know, coming asking for help with stuff, and that's fine. I don't mind, you know, I don't mind helping people a little bit here and there. I'm good with, you know. That's one thing. Anybody that's ever been like in the business kind of like that, like I'm a consultant by trade, you know, in the business space, and it cracks me up. You know, there's folks that I have one client, you know, business partner I work with. You know, she does coffee, not the same obviously, but it's similar. Where people like they think for whatever reason, like it's not a big deal to, you know, just hand out a free cup of coffee, which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not. But when your business is coffee and everybody wants a free cup, pretty soon you're out of business. In my business is advice. That's the service I offer. I always have people come and asking me for business advice. Like, I don't mind giving some stuff away, but man, there's some folks in the area, they try to take advantage of that without opening their wallet, you know? And I don't want to be like a lawyer where, you know, they got to charge every flipping 15 minutes of billable hours. Like, that's not what I want to be. I want to help folks, but big part is just educating people. Just getting together, you know, they're going to ask me for help. Just understand, like, hey, couple excuse me, I can tell my medicine's starting to wear off here. I can feel it starting to wind down a little bit, but anyways, we're gonna keep grinding. I want to get this done. And when you're in the you know, in the trade like I am, you know, people just think, hey, man, talk to Ryan, he'll be able to help me out. Well, you know, just because you don't see, I don't produce stuff like a plumber or an electrician, you know. I still need to get paid for my time, you know. Like I said, I don't mind helping some folks, but anyway, it's not a complaint. It's just that when I have folks in the area, it's going to be nice that, you know, they'll know, they can come talk to me. I don't mind, but it'd be really cool to be able to have those conversations with. I love new business owners. They're like some of my favorite because they're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to go. They got their project. They're like, hey, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to make $1 billion off of this. And then I'm like, hey, so by the way, there's something, you know, don't forget about X, Y, and Z. And they're like, oh, I didn't even think about that. And before they know it, they're like, man, I don't know if this project's actually going to be making money or not. And then, you know, that's where I've saved quite a few folks already who were already on the path towards basically starting a business that was not going to work out. I've been able to kind of stop them. Been like, hey, you've got more work to do here, bud. Like, you have more work to do. I would not open this business. You can, but just understand, here's the problems you're going to run into and help them avoid some of those pitfalls. All right, so we're gonna throw this back on here. Which is our front light assembly. All right, so that already looks good. Oops, sorry. If you guys take a look here for the kind of see what we're dealing with here. We're just going to throw this front light assembly on. Let's make sure you guys can kind of see me while I'm working here from this direction. Where are we at here? Come down here, dude. Come on, my dude. How's that? I think that looks pretty good. There you go. Whew. All right, so we got the front assembly here. And like I was telling you before, we got these wires. They're going to connect right back into those spots right there. And it's white on the right in the middle. That's what it should be. Find out after I fire it up, of course. Might have to switch them around. No, I'm just playing. Why are you going in there? Oh, it could be because your hands don't want to work because it's 0 degrees out. That would be why. That would be the reason, Ryan. It's the reason for the season, my dude. All right, and then we got the second one here, which is going to be white on the right, or it's going to be the opposite, I believe. That's the way it looks like it's set up. All right. Okay. And really, this guy just kind of snaps back in here. It's got these little clips. You can see these clips here. See that clips there? They're going to snap right back in there. That's really all we're doing. We're just... Look at that. Dangerous mode. And what's easy about this, if those wires are actually backwards, which I don't think they are, but they might be. They might be. They're easy to get to. They're legit. Like, oh, sorry. Get you back up here. They're easy to get to. They're right there. Like, you can't help it. They're like right there. Easy peasy. Okay, next up, as we make our way down the line here, that guy will connect last. That's fine. Let's start in the back here with the chute. That doesn't say shoot, so that's not it. This says shoot. All right, so this is the chute. All right, this is going to be the thing that's going to move us back and forth here. Let's just take a look at it, make sure it's going in the right side up here. So, as mentioned before, remember how it's got the little thing on the side right there? We want to make sure that we put this in, right, it's this way, because that's how it's going to go in there, just like that, okay? So, you guys see that? Make sure you're good. See how it's got the teeth? So just make sure the chute is pointing in the right direction. All right, back up we go. See? Just take your time, folks, and you just kind of do things backwards. It's amazing what you can get done. All right, so there is no, trying to think here. So there is no bracket on this one. This one is held there. I'm just kind of looking around to see. So that's this guy here and this guy here. So the way this one went together was, all right. Okay, so the way this works, let me get you in here so you can see. We're gonna, as I'm putting this together. Okay. So we've got, so you got this, oh, come here you. So we got this centerpiece here, the chute's gonna come in. So it's gonna connect two of these from either side. So I got this one here, I got this one here. They're gonna come together at this point right here and be secured here with basically cotter pins, those ones that we pulled out. And they're gonna go right here through another cotter pin. So I got 3 pins I gotta pop back in here. What that's gonna do is the bolt will go here, they'll be secured here. So then basically, depending on which way I pull the lever, it's gonna move the chute like this. Like that's the principle we're working through here, folks. That's the principle. But first things first, we gotta get the bolt in to get this guy there. Then we'll do some cotter pin action. We just gotta make sure we get the right one, which are easy because they're at the bottom here. And then I got this guy, which is the drive assembly. And then I got this guy over here. Should be one other one. Where's it at? This guy here says that. Oh, actually, hold on. So, yeah, they got this guy here. Is the chute here. Then this guy here is the last one. Here we go. I'm just going to fit in there. Is my come on, Ryan, use your words. Whew. The gear. That's the actual the gear shift. Man, you are out of it today, man. It's hard to keep my head on straight with all the cold, though. Like I say, that hasn't changed. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Okay. There's that for now. So any cotter pins? I should have 3 of them. They look kind of similar, kind of sort of the same. 2, 3. Got these little guys, and I got this big guy. This one goes there. It's probably, let's see. Like that guy. So it's going to be the bigger ones. And then my 2 big guys start there. Okay, this one here. So I'm just kind of going through my pins here. So this one here goes here, I think. Okay, this guy here goes here. Uh-oh. My brain's starting to fry a little bit. Getting these guys are all the same, though. Okay, these 2 go here. Right. Yep, these guys go here. That's for this here. Okay, so we'll do one at a time so we don't lose these, Ryan. So I get for speed in here, folks. Don't want to go too fast on this. Just make sure we get this right. Okay, so here's this guy. So again, as I was saying, what I'm doing here is I've got these the connectors here. They're gonna fit right in between the slot here. Actually, these are the ones I'm putting in right here. So they're gonna slide in here. The brackets will hold this right here, and then I've got where the pin will be in there. Sorry about that noise. To do that piece, so we just got to get him. Let me see here. It's this guy. So this guy's here. This guy's here. Well, this guy goes there. So that's this guy. And this guy should go here. That it doesn't look like they'll fit, but trust me, they fit, guys. And it doesn't seem like it, but they do. They just want to be, especially if it's cold out, they don't want to fit, but they'll fit. Okay, there we go. Whew, okay. Cold. There we go. I got two here. Go there, there, and there. Got this guy here. Pin 1. Where is my helper at? Oh, goodness. Like I said, a lot of times stuff doesn't look like it wants to fit until you make it fit. Then you're good to go. Probably should have my glasses on since I need... Really? Come on, buddy. All right, there's one in. Okay, got one down. Only a few more to go. What fun times we're having here, folks. Nothing like... So again, if you've been enjoying the stream or you've just been hanging out, I really appreciate it. If you could subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like, I definitely appreciate it. If you're just swinging by, again, I do a lot of this stuff just, frankly, just so people can see how long it actually takes to do these things. You see a lot of these like YouTube tutorials and stuff, and it's a 7-minute long video to show you the steps, but the steps actually take you, north of 1 billion years to do, so. All right, so there's that. Okay. Get these guys connected, which that should be under this pin here, would be my guess. Got 2 left up here. So these guys, actually, okay, this pin is on this one, so that's good to see. There's that one. This one does not have a pin attached to it, which is fine. It's fine for us. Okay. That's fine. This guy's got a pin, so I got 1, 2. All right, I'm just looking at the number of pins I got left here. Should have 4 pins left. I got 5 connections to make. Let's see. Let's get them all over here. See them all together. Match them up. All right. So this guy's probably going to go here, would be my guess. It's a longer one. Doesn't fit, so that's not it. Okay. Answer that question. Could be that one. Probably this guy, because it's got the washer on it. Let's go with that. So then I got these 2 little guys left, which are going to be these guys. Okay, so these 2 little guys. This one's that one. This one's that one. Okay. Okay. So what should we do next? I think what we're going to do is this centerpiece. I think we'll just get that done. And we could test that one. We'll be able to test that one because we ain't got to fire it up. What do you guys think of that? I think that would be pretty cool. Kind of see some of our work kind of come to fruition here a bit. All right. So this next piece is where I'm connecting. I'm going to connect. You can see, make sure you guys can see this here. Right here. All right. So I've got, here you go. Got this, these are going to come together underneath here. Underneath here. And connect on that, and then we'll see what that's going to look like. That's where we're at. Those 2 wires. I'm going to say we're going to have a washer right. We're going to have a washer somewhere in here. My guess is going to be, I may want to put it right between the two guys. Let's see. I think that might be the play. Yeah, let's see how well this works. Still got to tighten it down and stuff, but we should be able to see some, in theory, some of this. Let's see. Look at that, guys. We got movement. Okay, like I said, I still got to tighten it up. But, oops. All right, look at us. Moving along. So I can go and tighten that guy right now. I'm definitely putting my gloves back on because good Lord is it cold. Whew. Whew, 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 whew. So cold right now. My goodness. This guy. Oops. Is this guy spinning in the back? Yeah, he's totally spinning in the back, so I gotta my crescent wrench back there to hold that, or actually, do I have the? No. Let me pop that off and just get this, do this the right way here. I remember what size that is. Whew. Yeah, everything just kind of slows down when the temperature goes. My brain does not like to work. What size is this one? So that's a 12. All right. Yeah, it's the 12. Okay. Well, we are cruising here, folks. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like we're going too fast, but we are going pretty darn fast, all things considered. All things considered, we're doing pretty good here. Where is... Let's just do this. All right, got it here. All right, let's get back to this here. Man, I'll tell you, my feet are gonna, I cannot wait to have like warmth on my feet. Hands are just gonna have to be cold because I cannot get that guy on there without feeling it. Go just a little bit tighter. And again, I can adjust this later. We're just getting it going for... Hello? Where'd you go, man? Okay, that's weird. Where did that go? Hello? Huh. That's a new one. Not sure where it went to. Okay, I guess we're not going to tighten her up. I won't need it again. Okay. My 12 just up and disappeared on me. Oh, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Well, it'll show up later. Okay, so let's keep on pressing here. That's a good spot there. We got this guy. Our last pieces we need here. So we got 2 more. Got 4 more total. I got this guy here, which is in here. We just got to get in the spot. It has to be turned around. There we go. Here's this guy is going to be a pain in the butt. Get in the right spot, I think. Let me look here. Oh, yeah. Let me put this on last here. I'll put you on in a second. This guy wants to be butt. All right. So this guy here does not really want to fit in like it's supposed to, because, you know, why would it? That would just make things easier if it, there we go. Get in there. Stop everything. Find the cotter pin. Where'd you go? The hands are starting. But I can definitely tell the cold is getting to me because I'm dropping stuff and misplacing things. This is never a good sign. This is when stuff starts going sideways. We don't want that. All right, well, let's bump this back here a little bit and see where that pin went to. Where is it? There it is. Got it. All right. All right, got the pin. Let's get back at it here, folks. Like I said, hands don't want to work too well. We're just kind of at that phase right now where I got to kind of power through. Gotta get this done. Oh, good. It's snowing again. I was worried we weren't going to get any more. Oh, crap. How do I get this guy in there? There it is. Oh. There we go. Okay, so there's that. All right, so there's that piece is in. I got one over here. So I have 3 left. I do. So I got this guy's next. Kind of do the same thing on the other side, which is this cotter pin here. All right, and there's pin plus the bolt here. Oh man, it is so cold out here, folks. Holy moly. But like I said, I really don't have much of a choice. I've got a entire piece here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I've got, before I connect these guys all up and everything, I'm going to connect this back up. Where's my... Come on, guys. Is that good? Cool. You guys are in there. I just want to get these bolts in. Before I do these last bits here. Where is my... Those, I think it was a 10. If I remember correctly, these were 10s. Nope, they're 8s. What were they? Oh yeah, this is where we're bouncing between like 2 different sizes. That's right. You know, because reasons. There you go. All right. So anyways, I am going to be really glad when this is done for obvious reasons. But it's been actually enjoyable coming out here and actually, be able to get some work done on this. All right, this type of stuff I do enjoy doing. I am confused where that 12 went to though. I don't see it anymore. It's so odd. Didn't hear a drop or nothing. That is weird. So, making some headway here, folks. Biggest thing is we don't want to crank down on this guy too much. Oh wait, you know what? I forgot something. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Just like as I was doing this one, I was like, wait a minute. We forgot. By we, I mean me, of course. We forgot to take off the bolt on this side. Let's disconnect these guys here. You guys remember that the bolt where they over torqued it when we had to break the piece off? Well, this is all the proof you need to see that they over torqued it. I mean, you see where it's hard to see. Where's it at here? Oh, well, actually, you can just see on the side here. It's split. Like they just over cranked this thing. So that means every bit of the housing, everything was just off, which is not good. That's just problems all the way around that we've had to deal with. We've been the recipients of their bad installation. All right. Cool. All right, so let's just make it right. That's all you can really do in life, folks. You're going to come across all sorts of situations where people are just going to do dumb crap. It's going to make your life miserable. And you can be upset about it, which is well within your right, which I don't doubt you're going to be on certain things. Well within your right to be upset about stuff. Man, why are you being such a pain here, dude? My dude. Let's get up here. Come on. I don't like that, guys. But you can be like upset about it, or you can just like adjust, and that's kind of where we're at in life here. Like, you really should just be adjusting where you can, and that's what we're going to be focused on here. Like, that's our thing. We're just going to focus on adjusting and making it work. So the way that they ran this is so dumb. Like, it really is. I can tell why there's all this extra tension on there for no good reason. But what are you going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to ignore it and make it work. that one. Oh man, come on hands, start working. Start working, guys. Oh, well, that's interesting. Looks like I just broke right off. And this is some interesting craftsmanship here from you, Husqvarna. Not happy with the Husqvarna. This is just garbagey all the way across the board here, man. But we will make it work. We're not gonna throw our hands up and quit. We'll make this work. But man, your craftsmanship is pretty shoddy, Husqvarna. I think this is just a. These are the little guys, right? Because the big guys should still be up here. Right? If I remember correctly, these go up here. Yeah, these go up here. Make sure these are the right ones. They appear to be. Okay. All right. Making some headway here, folks. Okay. Again, we're not going to over tighten these because they already did that once. So we don't want to do that again. So we're just not going to do that. I mean, that's a big boy. This guy goes up here. I need this guy. This little one right here. Oh yeah, so when I'm done here, I'm going to go in and warm up enough to go outside and snow blow again. Because we're getting enough snow where if I don't stay on top of it, I'm going to have to call someone in to plow. Luckily, one of my clients does plowing though, so that's a good thing. All right, so we are on to the last of the 4 bolts, which go to the light assembly. That's nice and solid in there, so that's good. So those 4 bolts are in. Quick, I'm just gonna give my toes here a quick blast on the old heater here before we finish up. Before we're not even finishing up, before we do this next piece. Whew. Like they can't even feel the heat. Oh man. All right. So before we go, we're gonna take a quick little tea break here because I am. I want to make sure I'm getting plenty of. So, anyways, guys, let me turn this off. That's silly. Nope, sorry. There you go. All right. That's doing the trick. But yeah, we're almost here. I've got a couple more connections to make here. They shouldn't be too traumatizing. Should be good. Once we have that, I'm going to spray everything down with liquid wrench, get it lubricated. We'll give it a test, see how it runs. My big thing is going to be making sure that obviously the drivetrain is working. I had the drivetrain working prior. I was able to rig it with my vice grips, basically just holding the cable back so I could, actually do some stuff in my driveway. So that was something. So, all right, well, I think we're getting some feeling back in my toes now. I legitimately just got my feet right on the heater right now. Get some heat back into my toes. All right, so that's good. My boots, really all they're doing is just keeping my feet cold right now. Not too bad. All right. So like I said, it is 0 degrees out today. We got to finish this up here. So let's get back to it. All right. Let's kind of see what I'm working with here. So we've got let's see, 1, 2. All right. Oh, is there my 12? There it is. Hey, friend. How are you? Okay, so we've got, we're going to start with my one on the left here. These are both identical, which is funny. I know this one goes on the left because I have the bolt for it here. So again, just like we did the last time, we want to make sure that when we're putting this in, okay, that the gear teeth, that this guy right here, is facing the correct direction, which they're both on this side. So that's cool. So we're just going to drop it right in. And we're just going to run the bolt right to it. And we want them both facing the same way for the same reason, right? Because when it's pushing its thing over, we want that to be that direction. All right, and then this guy, where it's supposed to connect to, which would be right there. Oh yeah. We're going to be dangerous here, folks. My goodness. Watch out, world. We are accomplishing things. All right, so let's bring you back. All right, so hey, so you guys can hear me again now. I wish you guys would have said something earlier. All right, so we're back up. I didn't realize this whole time I was talking without you guys hearing me. Anyways, okay, so we got that done there. Now we got our next piece, which is going to be this bolt here and this guy here. It's going to be the same principle. We have our teeth here that are doing its thing, and the grooves are on this side. So we're just going to drop it in. Now this one, we also have, if you guys remember, we have a bracket, which had this bracket, which went right here, if I remember correctly. Which this guy connected to back in the day for no good reason. Right, because this bracket didn't, we'll skip the bracket. I haven't needed it in a while. But I'm still connect this here. This guy's going to go right here. I still want this guy in there somewhere. Oh, come on. Okay. There. Okay. So this one is going to be a little tough because I got to get this guy to pull through here, which it doesn't want to do. Okay, so this last bit's going to be a little challenging here, folks. This one's always tough, but we're going to get there. So I got to get enough here. Make sure this guy is where it needs to be to pull it there to get it through. Oof. Not sure how I'm going to do it, but we will get it figured out. Oh, this is going to be a knuckle buster, so let's get... This will definitely be a knuckle buster. So I got to... Actually, probably just on this side. So what I'll do... Okay. I'm going to have to pull this guy. Yeah, remember, like, this thing is... Oh. Okay, I can't have it like that. Where'd you go? Come here, you. All right. This is going to be the part I've been dreading the most, is getting this piece in. Just because I know what a pain this is. This is not a... Oh. Well, let me try it a different way. That's the problem. Maybe what we need to do is just go a different way. Might be easier to connect it and then go this route. So let's try this. Let's connect it first. I'm gonna stay here. All right, we're gonna try a couple different ways here, folks, because this is there's a lot of torque on this for this. We're dealing with the drive shaft at this, or the gearbox at this point. Excuse me. So there's a little bit of torque, a little bit of pressure on this thing. So here's this guy. Where is the... Oh, this is why I don't like to put a bunch of stuff in my pockets. There it is. Let's do this. Okay, there's that. Okay, so the next toughest one is going to be this guy through there. That wasn't so bad. Look at that. Just had to come at it from a different angle. Good job, Ryan. All right. So now let's get this nut on there. There's a lot of tension on this stuff, folks. So we want to make sure that we're getting this shit locked up. I got a bunch of, let's see, okay. Cool. Let's do this piece, and then we'll work on fixing the rest of that up. We've got it back together, folks. Miraculously, we're there. Only took us 2 hours and 40 odd minutes once I'm fully done here. There's that. So let's tighten up these guys, because that's next on the list. Where'd that 12 go? There you go. Okay. Cool. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. All right, so now, last thing here is we need to connect these guys up. I think I got these guys right. We'll find out when we fire this up here in a second, folks. But if I remembered how to do these right. Now we will. Oh, my hands don't want to work. I hate this. Okay. You know, I've got this light on my head I should probably use, huh? So anyways, just kind of grinding here today. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this. We're just about there. All right, one more thing here. I'll have to figure out the hand warmer thing later. I'm just not interested today, to be honest. It doesn't do enough for me to really warrant spending any more time out here than I have to. Okay, so that's up. So what I want to see here, all right, so we're gonna set you guys back here. I'm gonna lose this microphone so it's not too loud for you. And we are going to fire this guy up. See what we got. Got some nubs I gotta put back on here. We can use the heater. Get you out of the way. Coming back down, buddy. handles back on here. Okay, move that way. Okay, yeah. That's working. That's good. Let's see. This one here is. Hey, pretty. Okay. Well, let's fire this guy up and see what happens. Definitely cold. That's success, folks. We got her all fixed, ready to go. The lights are working. We're good to go. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. I have to do a whole bunch of snow blowing now. See you. Take care.